Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue. I'm Eric with a brand new top 10 list. Florida is my home state and we have plenty of theme parks. Orlando has some of the biggest ones like Disney and Universal, and they are known for their well-themed and fun dark rides. But which dark rides are the best? I asked some of you about your opinions, and I also have some personal opinions on this. So it's a mix of your thoughts and my thoughts for this list. And we're going to find out, but first I'll explain which parks count. These are Disney parks, Universal parks, SeaWorld Orlando, and I will be counting Legoland Florida because many consider it to be one of the Orlando resort parks. I should also mention no roller coasters count, and no motion simulators. Only rides, so there's no Soarin', and there's no Escape from Gringotts or Revenge of the Mummy or things like that. Now that we have that out of the way, let's begin. Number 10 is Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you want to say it, at Disney's Magic Kingdom. I went on this one a little while ago. I've not been to Disney in a while, honestly. And I like the ride. I think it's well-themed, it's pretty fun, and it's good. It doesn't stand out to me as amazing, but a lot of people really love this one, so I thought it had to be in the top 10. It's very iconic and quite a novelty, a bit nostalgic, so I like the ride a lot. I don't have a lot of standout things to say besides that it's very well-themed, and it's fun to be in a little boat, so it's a good ride, but I'm not putting it any higher on this list. And number 9 is the similar Na'vi River Journey at Animal Kingdom. Themed to Avatar, the James Cameron film. It's a very well-themed ride with a great mix of practical effects and screens. I much prefer practical effects, so I like that. And the one animatronic of that crazy person is really impressive and everyone loves that, so that's really cool. It almost looks like it's like someone in a costume. It's really fluid. Very impressive visuals on this one, and that's what pushes it over the edge compared to Pirates of the Caribbean. Number 8 is Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is a very well-known ride. I've only been on it once ever, and I don't remember it super fondly. And here's the thing. Its theming is very impressive. The many different things going on, the tons of creativity, little hidden moments, Easter eggs. It's a really great ride. Somewhat scary at times, and it does its job. The one thing I'm going to say is I prioritize fun over theming on dark rides, and this one's not quite as fun as the others that are higher. Moving away from Disney, number 7 is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. A lot of people would probably put this at number 1, and I'll explain why it's not quite as high in a sec, but let me explain what's really good about this ride first. The practical effects are really impressive. The ride is fairly old, but it has aged really well when it comes to the animatronics and things like that. I love the designs of the dragons and the spiders like Aragog. It looks really cool. And as someone who now reads Harry Potter, knows it pretty well, I enjoy the story that's given to it. It's not like straight from the books, but similar enough, and it's good. And the design is really unique, and the layout's really cool. The kind of car you sit in is something you don't really see in a whole lot of parks. So why doesn't this rank higher? Well, in my opinion, the screens have not aged very well. I mentioned I like practical effects a lot more, and I think the screens just look a little dated, and it kind of takes away from the overall experience, in my opinion. I know this is a highly respected and really well-loved ride, and it's really good. That's why it's in the top 10. It's number 7. It deserves a lot of praise. But there are others that I think are more fun, and I also think that this one just has that one minor flaw. Still a great ride, though. Number 6 and 5 are pretty similar rides, but I'll begin by mentioning I've only been on 6 and not 5. Number 6 is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin at Magic Kingdom. Definitely one of my favorite rides at Magic Kingdom. It's a really, really enjoyable little shooting ride. I love the shooting rides. I have a real soft spot for those. It's not, like, super impressive on a technical scale, but really enjoyable if you know Buzz Lightyear and Zurg and all that. It's really fun. I always enjoyed it. There's not a whole lot to say about it. It's just a really fun ride. And number 5 is Toy Story Mania, one that is much preferred. I have not been on it, so I can't quite say for sure, but I think it's more impressive. It's a trackless kind of ride, and you shoot screens instead of the buttons that you see on Buzz Lightyear. And I think it's a lot more impressive on a technical scale, but still just as fun, from what I understand, so that's why I will be giving it the number 5 spot. Number 4, another shooting ride, Men in Black Alien Attack at Universal Studios. A really enjoyable one, even though I have never seen a Men in Black movie. The aliens are really cool. There's a lot of details on the ride, like you can see Steven Spielberg at one point, and it's a really fun one. The part where you scan the other car and see that they're aliens is great. The operations are fantastic, I should mention. It's just a really fun, well-made dark ride with very few issues. It's just really fun, really impressive, and definitely deserving of a high spot in this list. Number 3 is probably the one on this list you will not have heard of. Lost Kingdom Adventure at Legoland, Florida. Why is this one higher than Harry Potter and Toy Story Mania and Haunted Mansion? It's a personal preference thing. This one's entirely my opinion. But it is so much fun. It has a lot of the animatronics and it looks like Lego. It nails the style. It's not like amazingly impressive visuals like you'll see on a lot of the Disney rides and the Universal ones, but it's really, really, really fun. There's a bit of strategy to it where the buzzers are sometimes worth different points, and it tells a story as you go along, more so than a lot of the other ones. And it's a lot more fun than the others to me. Maybe it's because I just go to Legoland a lot more often than the others, but I really, really enjoy Lost Kingdom Adventure. I think it's one of the best shooting rides I've ever been on. Underrated. Really great style. Really great gameplay. It's a lot easier to play than a lot of the other ones. And it's just a really fun ride. I prioritize fun over theming, and I get a lot more enjoyment out of Lost Kingdom Adventure than most other dark rides. Coming in at number 2, my personal favorite dark ride, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man at Universal Islands of Adventure. Not a shooting ride, indeed, and it has a lot of screens. But it is so fun. The way it uses screens is a lot better than Harry Potter, as it actually kind of incorporates them into the story and does a 3D effect sort of thing. As a fan of Spider-Man, I enjoy it. There's a lot of witty dialogue and funny parts where you actually kind of have an impact on the story. And another really interesting thing about this ride is that there's Stan Lee cameos. They really nailed Spider-Man with this. It's a fun, impressive ride. It is the perfect balance of technical presentation and just straight up enjoyment and fun. A really great ride, and definitely one of my favorites at the Universal parks. Before naming the number 1 best dark ride in Orlando, Florida, my honorable mention goes to Maelstrom at EPCOT. It is now closed, so it will not be on here, but it was easily my favorite ride at EPCOT before it was replaced with the stupid Frozen ride. You can like it if you want, but I'm just really mad that they replaced it. I have no opinion on the Frozen ride because I have not ridden it, but I do have an opinion on Frozen taking over Disney, and I don't like it. The ride itself might be fun, but I like Maelstrom more. Theming great, interesting story, really awesome ride that actually told a story of Norway, and made sense in the cultural area of EPCOT. Unlike this one. That said, number 1 is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. This is widely considered the best in the world, so I feel like it had to be on here. The theming is unbelievably impressive. It's beyond anything Disney's ever done. It has a really cool pre-show, station theming, there's a lot going on with it. It's just the most impressive one. I don't know if it's as fun because I haven't ridden it, but the technical presentation by far trumps all, and I think that is worthy of a number 1 spot. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below your favorite dark rides in Orlando, any ones I missed. I know you will not agree with my opinions, but it's just my thoughts. Please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for more content. We've been growing a lot. I really appreciate your support. I'll see you next time.